In a bustling village, where every day felt like a race against time, lived Aaron, a young merchant known more for his sharp dealings than his warmth. Aaron had climbed the ranks of the village market with a brisk efficiency that left little room for pleasantries or acts of kindness. To him, every minute was a coin, and every interaction a transaction. One crisp autumn morning, as the market buzzed with the chatter of deals being struck, an old monk visited Aaron's stall. He watched silently as Aaron haggled fiercely, sparing no one, not even the elderly, from his strict bargains. Finally, stepping forward, the monk addressed him gently. "Young man, why do you let the sun set on so many cold deals and not warm them with kindness?" Aaron scoffed. "Kindness doesn't fill my coffers, old man." The old monk, who had overheard him, simply shook his head and walked away, leaving Aaron to his bustling trade. Months passed, and fortune seemed to favor Aaron's ruthless methods until an unforeseen complication arose. His most trusted supplier failed to deliver a crucial shipment, putting his reputation and financial stability at risk. Desperate and fraught with worry, Aaron wandered outside the village, hoping to clear his troubled thoughts. By chance, under the wide branches of an ancient tree, Aaron stumbled upon the old monk he had once scorned. The sight of the calm, serene figure was a stark contrast to his internal turmoil. Swallowing his pride, Aaron approached the monk and shared his predicament. The monk listened intently, his eyes reflecting a deep, unspoken understanding. Once Aaron finished, the monk nodded slowly and said, "It seems the winds of fortune are not always swayed by the swiftest ships, but by those that sail with kindness. Let me tell you a story. A king not only set out for a hunt, but also for a leisurely excursion into the forest, accompanied by his minister and a person who could understand the language of animals based on the sounds of birds. As they ventured, they heard a group of birds loudly chirping. Curious, the king asked the animal linguist to explain the meaning of the birds' sounds. Suspicious of danger, the king inquired if the sounds indicated any peril. After a moment of silence, the interpreter reassured the king that there was no imminent danger. However, the birds were discussing a scenario where someone coming to collect firewood would die from a snake bite. The king was skeptical of these interpretations. Warning him, the king said if what he predicted did not happen, there would be consequences. Soon, a man with an axe for cutting wood approached. They all waited, curious about what would unfold next. Hours later, the woodcutter, unaware of his burden, was cheerfully singing while carrying wood on his head. Relieved that no harm befell the man, the king was initially upset, accusing the interpreter of lying. The interpreter insisted that his translation was accurate, but couldn't explain how the events unfolded differently. They then called the woodcutter, asking him to unload the wood, under which they discovered a dead snake. The king asked the man what had happened as he chopped wood. He recounted helping two elderly people who had lost their way, after which they blessed him for a long, peaceful life. Returning to his work, he then unknowingly placed the bundle of wood containing the snake on his head. The interpreter explained to the king that the man's good deeds and the blessings he received protected him from the foreseen danger. This incident served as a reminder that a single good deed and a pure heart are enough to ward off any misfortune that might come our way. The monk looked at Aaron intently, letting the story sink in. "See, Aaron, the universe has a way of rewarding us for our kindness. Your business is not just about transactions. It's also about the relationships you build and the goodwill you foster." Aaron felt the weight of the monk's words settle in his heart. The story illuminated his recent troubles in a new light, suggesting that perhaps what he needed wasn't just a new supplier, but a new way of interacting with the world around him. "Thank you," Aaron said, his voice a mixture of gratitude and realization. "Perhaps it is time I consider not just my profits, but the goodwill I sow along the way." With a thoughtful nod to the monk, Aaron walked back to the village, his steps lighter than they had been in months, ready to weave kindness into the fabric of his dealings. The lesson from the monk, carried on the breeze, promised not just to change his business practices, but to enrich his life beyond measure. He learned that the true measure of success isn't just calculated in profits, but also in the goodwill and kindness one spreads. As the sun set over the village that evening, the market was not only buzzing with the usual chatter of deals, but also with a newfound warmth emanating from Aaron's stall. He now greeted each customer with a smile and an open heart. finding that his generosity fostered deeper connections and, surprisingly, even greater prosperity. Just as the woodcutter's kindness saved him from an unseen danger, our acts of goodwill can shield us from life's many perils. In a world keen on transactions, remember, it's the relationships we nurture and the kindness we share that truly enrich our lives. If you found inspiration in Aaron's transformation and the power of kindness, share this story with someone who might need a little reminder of the good that generosity can bring. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that warm the heart and enrich the soul. Let's spread kindness together, one story at a time.